think Triumph is slowing down, the 2026 Daytona 660 quietly proves the opposite. Because in a market full of parallel twins and budget sport bikes, Triumph is still building a 3-cylinder machine under 9,000 pounds, and somehow making it more relevant than before. So today we are breaking down what has actually changed, what has not, and whether the Daytona 660 still makes sense in a class that is getting more competitive every single year. Welcome to RevNation, where we break down motorcycles beyond the marketing. If you enjoy deep motorcycle breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe to RevNation, because here we do not just look at motorcycles, we understand them. Now, the Daytona 660 is not a completely new motorcycle. This is an update. But in this category, small changes can completely change how a bike feels in the real world, and the competition is no longer playing around. You now have Yamaha refining the R7 with proper electronics, Honda bringing in E-Clutch tech to make riding easier than ever, and Chinese brands like CFMoto stepping in with aggressive pricing and feature-loaded machines. So Triumph had to respond. The heart of the Daytona 660 remains its 660 cubic centimeter inline-3 engine, producing 94 horsepower at 11,250 revolutions per minute and 50.9 pound-feet of torque at 8,250. Now, numbers alone do not tell the story here, because what makes this engine special is how it delivers that performance. Unlike parallel twins that hit hard and fade, or 4-cylinders that come alive only at high revs, this triple sits right in the middle. It pulls cleanly from low speeds, builds smoothly through the mid-range, and still gives you that top-end rush when you push it. And that balance is exactly why Triumph refuses to abandon this formula. For 2026, the engine itself stays the same, but the ecosystem around it has changed. The Trident and other 660 models now share the same 94 horsepower setup, meaning the Daytona no longer has a unique performance advantage within Triumph's own lineup. Which raises a slightly uncomfortable question. Why not a Daytona 800? Because the platform already exists. More power, more performance, more presence. But for now, Triumph is clearly prioritizing accessibility and A2 license compatibility over outright aggression. Speaking of accessibility, the Daytona can be restricted to 47 horsepower, making it a perfect stepping stone for newer riders who still want something that feels premium. Now, one of the most important updates for 2026 is the addition of the quickshifter as standard. Triumph Shift Assist now allows clutchless upshifts and downshifts, making the ride smoother, faster, and more engaging. It is one of those features that once you have it, you never want to go back. Riding modes remain simple with Sport, Road, and Rain, adjusting throttle response and traction control. But here is where things get slightly frustrating. There is still no inertial measurement unit, which means no cornering ABS and no lean-sensitive traction control. And in a segment where even cheaper bikes are starting to include this as standard, it feels like Triumph is holding something back. Now let's talk about the chassis, because this is where the biggest improvement actually happens. The 2026 Daytona 660 now gets fully adjustable Showa front forks, not just for show, but proper adjustment for compression and rebound damping. This means riders can actually tune the bike to their weight, riding style, and road conditions. And this is exactly the kind of upgrade that transforms confidence on the road. The rear suspension remains a preload adjustable monoshock, simple but effective for everyday use. Weight stays at 201 kilograms wet, keeping it manageable without feeling too light or unstable. Braking is handled by twin front discs with radial calipers, offering strong and predictable stopping power, even when riding aggressively. Now, in terms of comfort, this is where the Daytona quietly separates itself from hardcore supersports. The riding position is sporty, but not extreme. The handlebars are mounted slightly higher. The seat height sits at around 810 millimeters, and the overall ergonomics are designed for real-world riding. This is a sports bike you can commute on, tour on, and still enjoy on a twisty road. Fuel economy remains unchanged at around 57 miles per gallon, paired with a 14-liter tank, giving you a realistic range of around 170 miles. Moving to the equipment, things remain fairly simple. You get a hybrid instrument cluster with a TFT display integrated into an LCD panel. It works well, but it is not the most advanced setup in the segment. Connectivity features like navigation and call control are still optional extras rather than standard, which again shows where Triumph is being slightly conservative. There are also over 30 optional accessories available, including heated grips, USB charging, cosmetic upgrades, and protection parts. Now, before we get into the rivals, let's talk about the price, because this is where the Daytona 660 becomes very interesting. The 2026 model is priced at £8,995. Yes, that is slightly more than before, but considering the addition of adjustable suspension and a standard quickshifter, it is a justified increase. The base price gets you the black version, while premium colors push the price slightly higher, crossing the £9,000 mark. And in this segment, that pricing keeps the Daytona right in the fight. Now let's talk about something most spec sheets ignore: the way the bike actually looks, because this is where Triumph has done a surprisingly good job. The Daytona 660 is available in multiple color options. The base version comes in a stealthy all-black finish, which gives the bike a clean, understated look. But if you want something more striking, Triumph offers premium color schemes like aluminium silver with red and black accents, or a more vibrant cosmic yellow paired with sapphire black detailing. These color options completely change the personality of the bike. Black feels mature and subtle. Yellow feels aggressive and attention-grabbing. And that matters, because in this segment, buyers are not just choosing performance, they are choosing identity. Now, when it comes to rivals, the competition is stronger than ever. The Yamaha R7 now comes with improved electronics, including an inertial measurement unit and cornering rider aids. Honda's CBR650R offers a 4-cylinder engine, along with the unique E-Clutch system that removes the need for manual clutch control. Then there is the CFMoto 675 SRR, which matches the Daytona's performance while offering more technology at a lower price point. Each of these bikes targets a slightly different type of rider, which means the Daytona has to rely on its balance rather than dominating in one specific area. And that brings us to the final verdict. The 2026 Daytona 660 is not about chasing the highest numbers or the most features. It is about delivering a balanced, usable sports bike with character. The updated suspension and standard quickshifter make a real difference in how the bike feels on the road, but the lack of modern electronics does leave a gap when compared to newer rivals. Still, what Triumph has created here is something many manufacturers struggle to achieve: a sports bike that is fast enough to be exciting, comfortable enough to live with, and refined enough to feel premium every time you ride it. It may not win the spec sheet battle anymore, but on the road, where it actually matters, the Daytona 660 still knows exactly what it is doing. You've been watching RevNation. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any motorcycle content. And as always, keep riding and keep smiling through the ride.